I tube. I hope everyone is having a peaceful day today. In this video, I want to share a few important things. First thing I would like to share before starting is as I continue to grow forward on this journey, I find myself growing more within patience. Though at the same time, or within the same moment, growing within patience, I also find myself growing less tolerant for anything that goes against the order, or the original order of life. Anything that breeds, or even has the potential to breed disharmony or imbalance. So that includes the many different ways of thinking and behaving in modern time. Which also includes the different labels, categories that humans have decided are valuable. Because with those different labels, those different categories that we place ourselves and quote-unquote others in, it creates even more space for the illusion of separation, these individual traits or personalities that we think we have. And it just creates so many more intricacies that if we were just focused on or tuned in fully to the oneness, those different intricacies, not saying that they won't exist, though those things won't be our focal point. Now, with all of that being said, this video I want to touch on this idea, or the ideas of so-called polygamy, or monogamy, etc. I'm not going to approach this video how you might be expecting me to, or even hoping that I will. This video, I want to just completely shatter the idea that they are even something that exists and something that is important to focus on. The idea of so-called polygamy or even monogamy, a male having whether one female that he is impregnating or multiple females that he will impregnate, they are both occurrences within nature. So I'm not going to approach this video and say that one is the natural way and one is unnatural, or this one is more natural than this one. No, because they are both important and valuable within the original order of nature. They keep balance, and balance exists within both of those life dynamics. I've been asked to do this video numerous times, so if you're somebody who's requested this video, I hope that you fully listen and cite what is being shared with an open heart. So with this idea of, I'm just going to go with the male having multiple females. That is something that we overcomplicate. And that goes for also, I can't even separate the two, because to me, they actually exist as one and the same thing. And I'll share why. Again, going to these ideas of labels and titles, the idea of being a wife or a husband is something that's very Eurocentric. Even me having to say that this is Eurocentric or even Afrocentric even goes to show how far humans have gone away from just allowing life to be what it is already. The idea of a husband and a wife, that's another label. It's an English thing. Those are English terms. To consider myself a wife, or anyone when they consider themselves a wife, they feel like they must, it places us in a box, and then we have to behave a certain way. We see ourselves a certain way. We see our mates or husband, quote unquote, a certain way. And it, like I said, it's very limiting. It's very, it's not the fullness. It's not comprised of the totality of what a woman or a female really is. I do not consider myself or call myself a wife. I'm in a relationship with a male that has multiple other females that he will also impregnate, I am not a sister wife. Meaning, as a female, my original, in this form, my original role, or what I am, is a mother, which is a universal term. That's an energy that encompasses everything. So to single it out and say, oh, I am a wife to this person, I'm a wife to this one, or I'm a sister wife to this one, puts me in a position where I feel limited. There's no other way I can say it. I am not a wife. I am a mother. When I understand, or when I think about the energy of a mother, it's a love that is what some people might call unconditional. It's a love that is not rooted in being needy. It's not rooted in any kind of desperation. It's not rooted in any kind of overly emotional, romanticized viewpoint. Now, I'm not saying that if you call yourself a wife, or that a wife is needy or desperate or any of these things. I'm saying that those terms and those labels have the potential to breed that, whether we want to admit it or not. It allows certain women to say, like, no, I'm his wife, I'm the wife, I'm this, I have this level of superiority, I have this level of say-so. And it even allows the wife, the female, to think that she has, quote-unquote, control over the male. Like, it just breeds so much disharmony, is what I'm saying. It has the potential to do that. So me saying that I'm a mother, think of a love that a mother has for her son or any of her children. She's not in a position to just be overly anything. She loves her son. She loves all of her children. She wants to nourish them and nurture them into being who they are. And also within that, she's knows in her mind that any decisions that those children will make is all predicated upon the decisions that she will make. She knows that the decisions that her son makes they will be, and they are, healthy, precise decisions, because in essence she knows that her son is her. So if you ask me, how do I, quote unquote, love my husband, it's in that way. Me saying I'm not a sister wife, it's the same thing. I am not a sister wife. I could never be a sister wife. If anything, yes, I am a sister. Yes, I am a mother. And yes, I'm a daughter. I feel like, and I view every female as that. Whether they view themselves or me as such. Either way. And the same thing goes for so-called monogamous relationships. I'm saying those terms are very pointless and useless because the same thing exists within those life dynamics. Whether a male is with multiple females or not, every male is a provider. Every male is a protector. Every male shares guidance and wisdom for everyone, not even just limited to the females, but all of those who are his children, those who are close to him, his family. A mother, every female as a mother shares an energy of patience, love, compassion, gentleness. She makes sure that they are nourished with everyone in her family. Everyone. That's something that is a tribal or indigenous aspect of life. That's just life, period. And when we begin to get into these things, monogamy, polygamy, husband, wife, this, that, what I'm saying is it really just breeds confusion, and it breeds things that don't even hold a lot of weight within the grand scheme of life. It just creates so much more division and separation. What we must focus on is not whether it's righteous or natural, unnatural, or unrighteous, or whatever the case may be. We should not be focusing on those things. What we should be focusing on, what we must focus on, is life and what flows and what just is. We should strive to ensure that we are within the natural or original order of life. So yeah, again, this idea of polygamy and monogamy, those words, we must grow away from even using those labels and those words and those terms. When you look at any indigenous or indigenous tribe, ancient tribes who still exist and thrive today, a lot of the labels and things that we think about and talk about don't exist to them. They're just living, and whatever is gonna be is gonna be, and whatever isn't. They aren't arguing over what's what. They aren't debating over what's natural or unnatural. They aren't debating or upset because a male is taking another female to impregnate with his seed. It's life. Does a plant get upset because a bee goes to pollinate another flower after it pollinates that one? Or are these plants upset because they feel like, does a plant even get upset because it's just stuck with one and not pollinating any of it? Like, we have to really think about the madness and the confusion that we are breeding within life. So that's all I want to share in this video. If you're listening to this, I hope you can really see what I'm saying and cite the fullness of it. All of these things are very extra and they don't matter. None of it matters. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Again, if you would like to speak any more in depth on these things, or if you want to just chat on anything, I have different social medias that you can find in the description somewhere. There's also my Telegram links that you could find. The best way to reach me is through Telegram, but you can also